Hello guys, it's Jordan Talks here, back with another video, and this is my week 4 review. Just going to go through a quick few games, and then at the end of the video going to do the old high five for 5 players. So yeah, let's get right into this, and the first game I'm going to talk about is the Tennessee Titans versus the Falcons, and the Titans come out 24-10 winners in this game, and no disrespect to the Titans, but I'm going to talk about the Falcons a bit here because, wow. At the start of the season, I picked them to win their division, and it's not going very well, is it? I'm not sure what's going wrong with this team. They just don't seem to get it going in the first half. I think their 3 games that they've lost, they've been down by at least 17 at the half in each of the games. And in the NFL, it's so fine margins. You can't be affording that sort of deficit each and every time you go out and play. So they're starting the second half down 17, well, at least 17. And what do you expect for them to be other than 1-3? Sorry. Obviously, they had 1 win coming against the Eagles, and that was a very tight game as well. Yeah, I think Dan Quinn's got it coming to him, if I'm being honest. If you give him 2 or 3 more weeks, and if it's not improving, then it wouldn't surprise me if he's out the door. Things need to start happening, and start happening quick. But in my opinion, the division's there for the taking for them. They need to get their act together right now, because this team are starting to become an afterthought when you look at the playoff pictures, in my opinion. Fair play to the Titans. They come in and got the win. Again, with the Titans, they're one of those teams that win 1 week, lose the next. Win 1 week, lose the next. They're going to be 8-8, 9-7 at the end of the season, aren't they? But they do go to 2-2, which joins the other 3 teams in the division on 2-2. So, yeah, they got the Bills this weekend, and the Bills had a good game against Patriots. And yeah, they're against a spirited Bills team who've got a quality defense. So it'd be interesting to see how Mariota plays against the Bills. So next up, we're going to talk about the Chiefs and Lions, and the Chiefs come out victorious in this one. This game was everything I thought it might be, a shootout. The Lions had their chances to win this game, didn't they? They had the 14-point swing when it was fumbled at the 1-yard line and returned for a touchdown. But these things happen, don't they? And it just shows how good Patrick Mahomes is, doesn't it? His worst day is better than most of the quarterbacks' best days in this league. Yeah, but I think the Lions, they've done themselves proud in this game, especially the defence. The cornerback especially made some very big plays. And they got a bye week now, I think, so they can look at getting healthy, and then they return from the bye week against the Packers, which is obviously a big divisional game. So they'll be looking to come out of that bye week humming. But shout out to the Lions, because I thought they wouldn't be very good at all this season, but it seems like Matt Patricia's finally got the players he wants in across the whole squad, and everyone's bought in. So I know a lot of players weren't happy last season after he tried to implement his changes to the locker room and the way they train, etc. But if he's got his team room for the guys now, then fair play to them. And Matthew Stafford looked pretty good. He was carrying a bit of a hip injury, I believe, and you could notice that at points. But all in all, I think the Lions should be very proud of themselves in this game because they play very well. But ultimately, the Chiefs, they go to 4-0, and then they face the Colts in week 5, which is obviously going to be a good game. And yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he didn't play the best, but I'm not sure if anyone's seen the clip, but he gave us a little speech before the final drive, and he done just as he said. He's going to lead him down the field and get some points on the board, and that was a touchdown to win the game. So next up, I'm going to talk about the Bucks versus the Rams. Now, I never seen this game coming. 55-40 was it to the Bucks, and in my opinion, in this game, I was surprised by a few things really. Jared Goff looked average yet again, and that's not the first time this season. He's looked average quite a few times. Has he regressed? I don't know. It's too early to say all that sort of thing, but he hasn't looked the same sort of guy since the Super Bowl when he pretty much got shut out by the Patriots. The Rams' defense they could not stop anything. And the way they were tackling on some of the plays just didn't look like they was up for it. Yeah, so that'll be a big worry for me, that defence, because I think that defence is really good and complements their offence really well. I'm guessing if they're on the field the whole time, though, you can't be good because you're going to be tired, aren't you? And the amount of short drives the Rams had, especially early on, I know they got points on the board in the fourth, quite a lot of them, but yeah, that defence looked very tired, and they head into their game against the Seahawks, which is tomorrow night, which is going to be a big game. I fancy the Rams to win that one still, but yeah. Jameis Winston, he almost had a perfect game, didn't he? I think he threw 4 touchdowns maybe, but he was playing really well, and then he threw Marcus Peters a pick 6. Jameis doing Jameis stuff, which did give the Rams a chance at that point until the Bucs went and scored again. But that pick 6 had everything. Obviously, he had the pick 6. He went in for the score, and then the offensive lineman, he was probably about 350 pounds, was running full sprint, and he took off and took Marcus Peters straight out. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was dead. You don't see stuff like that. You don't see people get up from stuff like that. And yeah, Marcus Peters can't be any more than 190 pounds, can he? But yeah, that offensive lineman absolutely took him out, annihilated him. On my slow-mo, you actually see Marcus Peters' head ring around like that, and I was thinking, oh dear. But the Rams defenders didn't seem to care. Everyone was jumping on him, obviously celebrating the touchdown, not realising he's probably had a massive concussion right there. But yeah, shout out for him for getting on his feet, and there was no surprise for me to see him running into the tent or the tunnel. I can't remember which one. As soon as he got off the pitch. So yeah, the Bucs victorious in that game, and the Rams looking for the bounce back against the Seahawks on Thursday night. And the final game I'm going to talk about is the Jags versus the Broncos, and now the Jags, Gardner Minshew II, let's go. Mr. Mustache himself, quality. The first half wasn't very pleasant to watch on the eye, but the second half, he's come out and he's a different quarterback. That one touchdown, was it a touchdown? I think so. When he was in the pocket, he's moving this way, that way, that way, and he throws it, and yeah, I loved watching that, and he's quickly become one of my favourite players in the league, he is. And Leonard Fournette had an absolute massive game, ran for over 200 yards, I think. He was just ruining people, and he was punishing people for even trying to tackle them. He had that one big run in the fourth, I think it was the fourth. And yeah, he's looking like he's got some serious chip on his shoulder. So, and he was just showing why he was one of the top picks in the draft, coming out of the draft a few years back. Yeah, for the Broncos, they go to 0-4. They've been in a few of these games this season, just been losing by the one score or whatever. One play here, one play there. Their seasons couldn't have been different, but they lose again. They go to 0-4. In all likelihood, they're going to be 0-5 after the next game because they're playing the Chargers, who, in my opinion, one of the best teams in the league. A massive negative as well for the Broncos. They lose Bradley Chubb to a season-ending injury. I think he's got a torn ACL, and they say he was playing on that ACL for a few plays after he actually done it. Shows how much of a hard man he is. But yeah, Jags goes 2-2 like the Titans, Texans, and Colts, and the Broncos move to 0-4. So now the High-5. So with a bit of a competition this week we did for the places on the High-5. First off, I'm going to start with is it Chris Godwin? I think it is. Yeah, Chris Godwin. He had 147 yards for the Bucs, 2 touchdowns. But the reason he's here is because of his second touchdown. Man, he gets the ball from Jameis and he just runs over, I think, Aqib Talib. Absolutely ruins him. Someone else is hanging on to him whilst he's running, and he just wanted it more than them, didn't he? He's not exactly a physical specimen, is he? But he's running like he is one, which is always good to see. So high-5 for Godwin. Second up, we've got Travis Kelce. Now he's on here, with Shady McCoy as well, I guess. Because I think he had 80 yards receiving or something in this game. which has become the normal for Travis Kelce. But that play, when he caught it and pitched it to Shady McCoy, was unreal. You often see these sorts of things at end of games when they're trying to keep the ball alive. But the fact this was off script, in the middle of the game, it was just sick to see. And it put a right smile on my face when I seen that. So high fives to Travis Kelce for the heads up play there. Next up, we've got my boy, Nick Chubb. High five for Nick Chubb. Hat-trick of touchdowns, over 180 yards on offense, and shout out to Nick Chubb, my guy, doing it for the Browns, and obviously the highlight being the 88-yard touchdown run for the Browns. And the final two are a bit different this week. First up, we got Frank Gore. Shout out to Frank Gore here. Become the 4th all-time rusher in the league, going over 15,000 yards at the same time. And he'll be looking to push for 3rd in the next few weeks. Barry Sanders is 3rd at the moment, and I think he's only a couple of 100 yards behind him. So all staying healthy with Frank Gore. He should be going 3rd by the end of October. And he's still getting it done, isn't he? I mean, he's in year 15, I think it is now. And I was reading a few articles, just having a look about him, and they were saying when he was coming out of college that he wouldn't have longevity because of the amount of work he had in college. But look at him here; it's incredible. I don't think we'll ever see a running back like him again. This longevity, running at this sort of level. So high five for Frank Gore, and then finally we got Larry Fitzgerald. Moves to 2nd all time in receptions. Absolute bona fide Hall of Famer, isn't he? He doesn't drop a thing, although he had a couple of drops last week, to be fair. But he just gets it done, Larry. If you look out throughout his whole career, there's been a stage where he's been playing with some very shaky quarterbacks, and for him to be this high on this list just shows how good he has been so consistently. And I think he's a couple of hundred behind Jerry Rice. If you look at Jerry Rice, he obviously had some Hall of Famers throwing the ball to him. Nothing like Larry Fitzgerald, but let's see if Larry plays for a couple more years and goes for that record with Kyler Murray at quarterback. He doesn't look like he's lost a step, and he looks like the same old Larry. That's the high five completed. Shout out to all them guys, and so in my next video will be on Friday, most likely, with a preview of week 5. So be sure to look out for that one. If you're new around here, if you could subscribe, that would be great. I'd appreciate that. Leave a comment in the video below. Let me know who was your standout performer of this week. And be sure to look out for my videos coming up soon. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like. That would be great. And until Friday, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.